Now, what is she going to be working with your charity at all?
Yes, actually, Vienna and I have become friends through all this, and we have an event coming up on July 21st, where, and it's in connection with her new job as Director of Corporate Philanthropy for BioLuster. It's a marketing position, but what she's really excited about with this job is that she's in charge of reaching out to people who have cancer because the product helps thicken their hair. And not too many people know this, but cancer runs in her family. Her mom, her aunt, her grandfather, I think her uncle. So it's something that is really important to her and that has personally impacted her.
I think a lot of people, when they saw that interview, I just remember Jake's comment, like, "Oh, you're going to be staying in LA," and she's like, "Well, I got a job," and he's like, "Oh, yeah, right." There was a lot of doubt cast on her claim of getting a job.
Yeah, and I have to tell you, when we hung out a couple weeks ago, the day of our charity event in Orange County, she was planning on moving back to Florida. She really was. So I think this job probably came about within the last few weeks, but at the same time, I commend her for it. And Reality Cares, I don't know how much you know about my organization, but it's about helping celebrities give back and raise money and awareness for nonprofits. And Vienna has a voice now, and I think after the interview the other night, she probably has a lot more fans. And if she can use her public persona to help other people and to give back, then go for it, right? I mean, why not?
Some of the other celebrities that were with you.
Oh yeah. Let's see. There was Isabella Miko, who is a wonderful, everyone that came were just so warm-hearted. They were there for the right reasons. They took basically their Saturday night, but they could have been going to any club or party in Hollywood. I mean, these are popular celebrities, and instead they decided to go to a children's hospital in Orange County to support their prom. So these are really special people. So some of the other celebrities were Isabella Miko. She's a very successful actress. She's been in Clash of the Titans, Coyote Ugly. She's actually going to be on a new NBC series called The Cape. She also has her own foundation called the Eco Miko Foundation, which is about the environment. So she's very much herself involved in giving back. We had 3 cast members from MTV's The Hard Times of R.J. Berger, Jason Blair, Amber Lancaster, and Cara Tate. It's a great show and doing very well, I believe. Gregory Michael from Greek, ABC Family's Greek, and everyone really, and then we had Emma Baker, Miss California Teen USA, and we didn't just go there, and the celebrities didn't just go there and sit at a table and sign autographs. They really got involved, got the kids off, out of their chairs onto the dance floor. Oh, and Justin Gaston performed. He was amazing. You probably know him as Miley Cyrus's ex-boyfriend.
Yes, exactly.
But he's
and he
very
just posed
talented.
nude for a PETA poster too. I remember that.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. But no, Justin's a great guy. He just moved out of the If I Can Dream house, and he was in Nashville Star, and he what else has he done? He's just a very talented singer-songwriter, and he had everyone in that ballroom dancing.
Wow.
And everyone had a great time. The kids had a blast, the staff, and it was a really wonderful event. And everyone bonded, everyone really connected. And
well, who was the guy that Vienna supposedly, according to Jake, had a thing with?
Oh, Gregory Michael. And as far as I know, they're just friends. They bonded because I believe Gregory lived in Florida. I think he worked at Disney World, and that's where Vienna's from. So they had that in common, and he's just a fun guy. I mean, he really is a character and just a fun person to be around. So, everyone bonded with
the whole
Greg.
thing about that trust issues and everything, and it just seemed like, to me, just as a woman, that Jake was trying to cast aspersions on Vienna's character, perhaps. That's the the feeling that I got. Did you get that feeling at all?
Well, I mean, I read headlines that suggested that was the case, and again, I can only speak for my own experience. I didn't witness her doing anything wrong, and frankly, by the time I met her, they were pretty much broken up. She had already written the letter to end their relationship, and the relationship, like she said in the interview, had already gone downhill.
But it was a real relationship, right? It wasn't.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because I'd met them several times before while they were a couple, and yes, I have no doubt in my mind that they were a real relationship.
Because I think that's what a lot of people think. Like, oh, it was all phony. This is phony, and all that. So.
No. I have to say, no. They. I know she was in love with him. Absolutely. So, and these things happen.
Yeah, and to be fair, they didn't really know each other that well before they fell in love.
Right.
And
right.
that kind of, the champagne high kind of fizzles, and then you try to find out if you have anything in common, and maybe they just didn't have the same life goals.
Right, and there's a lot of change in this 6-month period since they had started dating.
Do you guys talk every day, or a couple times, or?
Yeah, we've been talking quite a bit, especially when you plan an event, you have to talk pretty regularly to make sure everything's set up properly. But she's in good spirits, and she's a survivor.
Yeah. Do you think she'll be able to put this behind her and get on with her life and just make her own identity?
Absolutely. And I think she's already well on her way.
Thank you so much for setting the record straight. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. It was nice talking to you.